Yo, everyone, welcome back to the channel for another VOD review with the boy Shrew here. Let's break down some gameplay. So Shrew, talk to me. What is this lobby? A solo queue. It's a Rio hardpoint. You get an extra rating for the optic Texas skin. I like it. I'm an optic fanboy, so that's an extra rating right there. So we were kind of briefly mentioning a bit of your kind of struggles with, and you were saying that you feel like you fly across the map a bit too much. And I think that's a lot of people's problem in solo queue. It's kind of just adjusting the pacing to your teammates and realizing that, you know, you're better off playing as a team than as an individual. That's kind of the main concept.
So this game I was playing more, a little bit more with the team. I feel like because I saw the ranks and I was like, oh, I gotta play a little bit more with the team.
Okay, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So let's kind of go through and see what we're working with. So starting off, we're on the first P1. In this scenario, you actually want to probably spawn where you are. This is actually the best side to spawn because you just get there quicker. So going towards P2, you want to spawn on the blue side, but for P1, the red side's a lot better. So right now, I actually love what you're doing off the break. You're going through to the left and you're watching this left-hand side. So as your teammates are progressing towards the hill, one thing that you really need to pay attention to now is the kill feed. So is that something you kind of focus on, the mini-map and the kill feed, or do you kind of just play and go with the flow?
Yeah, I feel like I do a little bit.
So we'll have a look. So first of all, your teammate gets one, which is perfect. That's 2 down. So just now, off the break, okay, with 2 people down, there's something that I think you can already start to do. So if nobody has pushed this side off the break, okay, nobody's pushed the side off the break, I'm more than happy for you to kind of close the angle and get closer. So 2 people have gone down. That means 2 people are dead. Now, there is a chance that one of them has overextended to the left, okay? There's also a chance that one of them is playing around here. So I'm going to guess this is the current scenario. This is my kind of guess. So for me, I'm more than happy for you to push up here and try to kind of get some map control. So not only are you helping your teammates, you're kind of trapping them at the back, right? So let's see what you do there. Because it looks like you are kind of pushing through, which is good. So you're going across. Your teammates end up dying now, so you're going for the pinch. This is good. Good play. Very happy with that. Really good play. So good kind of checking your corners and stuff like that. So first thing, this is what we spoke about in the mechanic session, this exact same gunfight, which is kind of funny. But when you're sliding out like this, right? This player, if they're pre-aiming you, they probably should kill you here because you're sliding out into the open and it's just, I feel like you don't have enough cover. So it was a good play, but just gotta be a little bit careful with this slide canceling here. I would have preferred maybe a slide cancel, but I mean, that's me being fussy. I think that was actually a good play. So you go through, take out one. I just think that he should have expected this and maybe been a bit more reactive.
That's what I would have said. I was like, he saw his teammate die to his right. I feel like he would have, he would have pre-aimed that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I think, I think you played it well. But I think, like you said, he probably could have reacted. One thing I would have liked you to do here again is, you know, chuck a stun grenade. You know, chuck a nade, maybe shoulder it for information. Now I can't be too fussy because, like we're both saying, it did work out. It's just, you know, being devil's advocate. Could it have worked? Could it have maybe gone wrong against a better player? Probably, but it works out. So as you get these kills, the first thing we want to do is look at the minimap. 4 people down, this is really good stuff here. So we're going through, and I can see you're a little bit tweaking here. And this is the first thing where I think, okay, this is a potential mistake. So up to this game point, I think you've played it perfectly, okay? Now, I can see why you're confused. Is it because you're not sure where they're spawning?
It's because I saw my teammates, they spawned like towards garage.
Yeah.
So I thought that they would have spawned like the head glitch where I was at, or like the corner where I was spraying.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to catch someone off guard.
Okay. Well, I think right now, if we go through again, right now you can see your team. Your team are clearly spawning where they are now, right? Like 2 people just spawned here. So the enemies are still spawning around there. What's happened is your teammate has kind of pushed through around here, and you guys have got 4 down. So you did a really good job of getting the first few kills. But I think that you could kind of still realize that the spawns are still probably here. Because it looks like no one's pushed out too far to flip the spawns, right? So once you guys got the 4-piece, if anything, and this is kind of about map pressure, which is really, really important stuff here, I would prefer right now, instead of sitting here, I would prefer you sitting even there or over there or something, basically stopping them from even getting to this point. But what you're doing now is you're just letting the pressure get through, and you're actually letting them, if they want to, push this area. Now, I don't want you to give this pressure up. The reason why is because thinking ahead, right? We want to flip the spawns now. We want to start pushing forward and flipping the spawns going for the new hill. So again, let's play this out. You get the 4-piece. So good play. We've kind of gone through this already, which is great play. That's 4 down. At this point with 30 seconds, I don't mind you sitting on the hill. As soon as your teammates are on the hill now, on the hill, I think right now, look where you're pre-aiming. Realistically, no one's going to be here because you just got a 4-piece, right? So they're going to be sprinting around there. So I would have loved for you to be set up, trying to get another kill. Best case scenario, you push them back. Worst case scenario, they spawn behind you. Sorry, other way around. Best case scenario, they spawn all the way out here, right? Which is really good. Worst case scenario is they still spawn there, but you catch them you keep them in the spawn trap. So that's what you want to do, right? You want to do more of that. But let's go through and see what's going on there. But can you see how you're sitting here and they're not really, like, no one's really going to push you now for that, what, like 10 seconds? So you guys are now soaking up the pressure. Like, now there's 4 of you on the hill, and it just doesn't seem like you're using the best to your ability. And the thing is, you know where they're pushing from, right? Because look what you're doing. You know where they're pushing from. So it's just about getting to that spot earlier.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
I just had the idea. I think it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like I had the idea.
Oh, absolutely. Your idea was there. It's just that's what we're trying to work on, right? It's the pacing of the execution. The thing is, to be honest with you, your mechanics are pretty good in this game. So in this lobby, I'm not sure what rank they are, but you can definitely keep up mechanically. I'm very impressed with your mechanics. It's more the pacing, okay? Because this is the problem with what happened now. You get one, you see how your teammates die. What happened is because you guys didn't trap them, right? This is what you want to do. Realistically, you want to trap these guys in. You want to trap them. You want to spawn trap them. You want them to suffer and then flip the spawns. But because you guys didn't trap them and you were playing a little bit conserved, kind of resigning there, what happened is you guys end up getting killed and now they trap you. So just from you not pushing out, I want you to think about this logically. They get the kills, right? You kill this guy, he's going to spawn back here. You kill his teammate, where are you spawning now? You're going to spawn back here. Okay. Yeah. So now if they win the team fight, they have P2 and you guys are spawning all the way there. So that is not a good spot to be in. So let's kind of forward and see what happens. So you die. And now look how far you spawn. You see you spawn all the way out. Now your teammate is trying to go for spawns, but he hasn't quite got them yet. So now you guys are fighting from the back end. Let's go through and see what we're working with. Now I'm safe to say every kill he gets, he might now be spawning them out. So this is up to you to kind of think about this and say, right, this is a weird one. I know I spawned at P2, but I think that they're going to lose spawns here. I think that we have spawns for the new hill, right? So this is where you as well can turn around it. Let's see what you do. Okay, good. Again, you're not playing. It's funny because you're doing everything we're talking about, which is a very good thing. It's just sometimes a bit faster. Little things like right now, just very small feedback, but trophy system could be down. Also, stun and grenade, okay? Your equipment is your best friend in this scenario. You think they could be coming from the right and the left. So chuck a piece of equipment. You don't know where they're coming from. Let's use our equipment here. You see you're kind of tweaking, you're flying off and stuff. But this is fine. So this is another good example. You think they're coming through the right? I think that there's a high chance that they can come through here as well. So what you want to do is if you're going to play prone here, you want to make sure you're utilizing your cover, using your pre-aim, you want to be using your equipment and stuff like that. But really good stuff there. I'm very impressed with the way you're playing.
My first thought was like for my teammates to look towards my left and I for look through boxes. That was my first thought. Okay. In mind.
I personally don't agree with that because when I'm playing on this scenario, if I'm, I don't mind the thought. I'm just saying for me, if I'm playing on the hill, right? If I'm playing on the hill, even if I'm watching these boxes area here, it's a lot harder for me. Like I'm expecting number 4 to be the first man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's around there, I can't really see him as much as number 4. It's kind of like your teammate thinks you're here, right? So they're going to expect you to engage first. It's very hard for them to think, oh, I'm going to watch over my teammate because you're in front of them. You see? So you get one. I completely understand that. But you played it well, but I'm just saying, how can we perfect it? And this is a good example. We shouldn't let them get here. Okay, so I want you to just be in a better spot next time. And I think the head glitch there is fine. If you want to check this area like you're doing now, that's okay. But I don't want you to be mobile. I don't want you to stand here and completely give up your left here. Because I think that's what you're losing out. Now, again, if you chuck a stun and a grenade to your left now and watch this for 3 seconds, that's fine. But you need to be a bit more mobile, be in a better spot watching both areas. Because this, I think you could have got a 3-piece. I trust your mechanics here to get a 3-piece there. Now you go through and you die. Now the problem with this is now that you die, what happens? You spawn back there. So all your map pressure that you had is now gone. And that's how people break kills. They get the first kill, they push through, and then they soak up the map. Okay? So now you're holding it from a further back scenario. Again, same thing. Good stun here. just a little bit quicker. Not bad play, just a little bit quicker there with your overall mechanic again, which comes with time. 20 seconds left. Okay, perfect. So talk to me through the first second harp, and what do you think about
that? I don't know what to say. I'm like, I feel like I completely understand what you're saying, because
yeah, that's
like,
fine then. That's not an issue. Is there any like problems you had?
Yeah, because I feel like you made me think of a different way. Like my teammates are relying on me. I'm not relying on them, because
exactly. Which is good though. That's a good thing to have, because you want to rely on yourself, right? And a lot of it comes down to common sense. Like if you're on the hill and your teammates in front of you, they should rely on you, to be honest. They should rely on you there. And same for you. If you're, for example, okay, let me give you a perfect example. Right now, if you get pinched right now, I'm not going to blame you. I'm going to blame this guy here. Because he, like, realistically, think about this. Look at this arrow. If for some reason number 3 is here, do you think he should be able to pinch you right now without you knowing? Absolutely not. You will understand, because they will have a fight, right? So right now, I don't expect you to watch your pinch until they have a gunfight. Does that make sense? If this is the scenario. But anyways, going through, so we now know you're spawning here on P2. So this is a very popular common spawn, and the other spawn is going to be around back here. So my first thought here, which I'm not sure if you're going to do, but this is where I think it'll be slightly different. With 25 seconds left, I don't mind you pushing out, but for me, I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm trying to back away, and I'm trying to stop them from pushing through middle and overextending through the left. I want to keep them trapped here now, okay? Because I want to get 60 on the next hill. So let's see what happens. So you're going through the right. Again, I don't mind this. You know, let's see what happens. You go through. But again, I'm not thinking about breaking this hill. I'm thinking about just keeping them off it. Maybe getting some kills, keeping them off it. So that's one. That's good. Again, equipment, just little things there. Equipment, stuns, nades. Just make it easier for yourself. 10 seconds left. Okay, you're backing away. So right now, let's look at this scenario for what it is. You have the right-hand side. You have the right-hand side. You need to be monitoring the map here at all times. There is one player you're fighting. So right now, you're in a 1-for-1 trade, okay? Your teammates are at the back foot. The only problem I have with this is there's not a lot of map control, middle map or the left. So if I'm the opponent, I can overextend here. I can send 2 through middle. So you need to ask yourself, okay, is me occupying this number 4 beneficial for the team? And this is where, again, you need to think, okay, I don't mind what I'm doing. Let's back away. I'm going to help my teammates out now. And this is where you should think, okay, like right there, you're watching this right-hand side, right?
Yeah.
These are the timings where I think we could work on. Just these 5 seconds here. Realistically, you're sitting here now. So the only benefit you have is if he overextends, you can potentially kill him, okay? But the downside is if he goes through middle now, you're actually down in numbers. Yeah. Okay. So this is where, again, we got to be a bit smarter in how we want to approach this. I would rather you have this gunfight around that van, because you could see him. So you know exactly what he's doing. Right now, you don't know. But if you have the gunfight at this van, if he runs away through middle, you'll be able to see that and help your team. Or go for a pinch or something. So I don't mind this again, but it's just understanding. This is why sometimes you might play and your teammates might get broken and you're thinking, what the fuck, I'm holding the angle, or I'm doing my job. But this is why. Yeah. It's because you're doing a 1-for-1 job where the best players, they occupy 2 people. You see where I'm coming from? Yeah. They occupy 2 people. So imagine number 2 was standing here and these guys were coming up and he's now occupying 2 people. He's making the rest of the game easier on his team, where you are holding this angle, potentially doing nothing if he doesn't push through. So it's about understanding. That's why sometimes, right now, there's a chance you win the hill, there's a chance you lose the hill, but you don't have a lot of impact. Now, saying that, your teammates got a 2-piece and you got the 3rd. So it works out okay here. I just want you to understand that sometimes it can work out, but the reason why it might not is because of that reason. So good play from you, good angle, 3 go down. And this is once again where you need to make a decision. 3 go down, you need to push the map here. You need to be a team player and look at the map here. So you're backing off here. Before anything happens, what I want you to do in this scenario is I want somebody to push up here. I want at least 1 or 2 of you to be in middle, pushed up. Okay. Let's see if that's what happens. So right now, you should be looking at the mini-map and saying, okay, no one is middle. And this is what I personally don't like. Okay. Kind of tunneling in the hill, okay? The reason I don't like this is look at all your team. Your whole team is here, okay? Yeah. Now, the problem with this is if I'm the enemy team, I'm going to be running. Realistically, I'm not going all the way through the left door right now. I'm probably going through middle, right? So at this scenario, you're leaving your team in a 3 versus 2 middle, okay? And the problem again is you're playing for the overextension, but now this is the exact same thing you did last time where you held this angle, but you're just playing for the overextension. I would have preferred if you backed off to the hill and your teammate pushed through middle. Now, even if your teammate didn't do that, you should have pushed through middle. You should make sure as a priority that somebody is over here watching this middle area, because I think it's such a valuable spot to be in.
Yeah.
So I want you to be a bit more aggressive at cutting the lanes. That's the biggest thing I've learned so far about your gameplay. It's cutting the lanes, because now you're holding this and there's nothing that's going to happen. You're centering there, but nothing's going to happen. If no one flanks you now, your teammates are in a 3v4. And that's exactly what's happening. Your teammate's by himself. He gets flanked. So thinking about it, the angle you were actually watching, right, was kind of irrelevant because he didn't even push you. He went all the way around. So you probably would have been better off, like we spoke about, sitting at that van, if anything. Yeah. So can you just see again, it's not a bad play, but it's just about looking at it from a different perspective. Because right now I can tell from your gameplay, this is how you like to play, and you may get inconsistent results like this. Your mechanics are good, but it's just about, like, you guys got 4 down. There's no reason it should be this mixy in the hill. You guys should have pushed out. Same thing here, 3 down. We should be pushing out here. We should be pushing out. What are you doing? You're standing still. You're holding the angle. You're on the hill. We should not be on the hill right now. There's 4 of you on this hill. You should be pushed out right now. Okay? Because you're getting these kills, but against better players. There you go. So you see right now you're here. You should have done this 20 seconds ago, in my opinion. Because right now you're doing this again, but 10 seconds left. They're probably not going to push now. So can you see you're having the right plan, but the execution is slightly flawed. You're going through. You guys should have the hill, which is perfect. You break it. Good stuff. Let's see where you spawn here. So you spawn back here, same thing, okay? Trophy goes down. Not a bad trade. So you know where they're coming from once again. So now as an AR, you should be watching over them. So right now, if it was me, I'd probably go up here, which is perfect. Exactly what you're doing. Put a trophy down. This is good. This is exactly what you want to do. You know, chuck a stun, chuck a nade, put a trophy down. Really good stuff here. 3 down. Perfect. So right now with 20 seconds left, as soon as you get this kill, I personally would start rotating here. Because do you really expect right now, like how many people do you think can push this hill?
Like 1.
Right? But I trust my teammate to hold that angle. Because you see he's on a head glitch, right? I would rather my teammate hold that and I can start setting up for the new hill. Okay?
Yep, I agree.
So this is the waste time. This is what we're talking about. Yes, you get the kills. Good shots. Really good shots. Realistically, what's the downside of having them 2 here? With 15 seconds left, let's play it out. Do you think they made a good play or a bad play?
They made a bad play.
So your team is standing here, right?
Yeah.
They sent 2 people here at 15 seconds. Even if they got through right now, they haven't even touched the hill. Let's just say they get through, right? They get 10 seconds, okay? You are now, if you're the red team, if you rotated through middle, you guys have 3 people on the new hill. You give them, what, 10 seconds at the old hill? So they get 10 seconds here. But now you're set up at the new hill for about 45. So this was their bad play, but you were overcompensating for it. So although you got the 2-piece, I think this was just them, like, you don't need to be here. Right?
Yeah.
And this is why sometimes I tell people kills aren't as valuable as they need to be. Because now, they made a terrible play. But you being here, like, that's fine that you died, but I just think that they made a terrible play. Let them have it. Like, you should have been rotated there, set up for the new hill. Again, not a big deal, but just I think they could have been a little bit faster there. I don't mind this play. I don't mind that they're going to be behind you. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. You know he's on your left here. Mechanically, again, it's not bad. Even after what we spoke about, hopefully you can use some of the mechanics in the game, in our private game, in your next one, like the short jump, stuff like that. Okay, so this is a good example. Right now, where does your teammate spawn? Where are the 2 spawn points, actually? Let's go through that. Where are the 2 spawn points right now?
I'm thinking to the left, right?
Yeah, so basically around like here and kind of around here, right? So kind of like P1. So during P5 right now, you're in a scenario where you have 2 people on the hill and they're facing the right. So they're facing this area. So you know that the opponents are coming through here, okay? Now, you don't know exactly where they're spawning. You kind of have an idea, but the way you can understand that is I want you to look at the minimap. As soon as your teammate spawns up now, as soon as your teammate spawns up there, that should trigger in your mind, okay, my teammate spawns there, so that means we have this spawn, the opponent has this spawn. That means they are all going to come through this area, okay? Now, whether they come through middle or the right, I'm not sure. That's kind of depending on their plan. But you need to give yourself the best chance to kind of lock down a lane. So honestly, with your teammates watching the left, even you just sitting here, even though you're not getting kills, it's more than enough. And this is what I think when I'm coaching people, I'm trying to get them to understand. It's not always about the KD. Let's just say they all funnel through this area, right? The fact that you're sitting here allows your teammates to set up. So even if they get a 4-piece, you are still doing your job. Does that make sense? Because you're stopping them from going through middle, right? But this is where you make an aggressive play, which I don't mind. But if you understood the spawns here a little bit faster, because I know you understand the spawns, it's just about the pacing, you would have realized after that first kill, let me get out. You getting this first kill is so like annoying for them to deal with. Okay? I would say again, like you don't need to overcommit. This is where I think you were talking about earlier before the session about your urgency and trying to get more kills and stuff like that. This is what we can work on against better players. Right now, you can just stay here. You don't need to run out, because you running out right now, you're actually giving up middle for free. And you're looking at bad timing here. So let's say you waited here, you get a kill. You could then back off, because now they're 3v4. So that's just playing a bit smarter.
Yeah.
So there's one. You see how you're running through? What was that, sorry?
Oh, it says that some guys in our spawn. So
So what ended up? Yeah. So what ended up happening was one went through the left earlier on. So there was 3 people probably going through the right, and that guy just took an ultra route. But again, like this doesn't really help them. This doesn't really help them at all. So right now, as he's going through, you're kind of like, he's just wasting 25 seconds for no reason. So you guys still have the hill. And even if he does kill your teammate and flip the spawns, again, that doesn't help them in any way. So he's actually costing his team there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you go through. Well, what do you mean you don't know? Like, is it why he was there, or?
No, that's good. No, yeah. I said like I don't know why I shot, because I saw.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like after when I saw my teammate die that I would have thought they would have spawned there, but I didn't look at when they spawned to my right.
Yeah.
I only looked at when they spawned to my left.
And that's kind of the skill gap, right? Because now we can pause it, it's a lot better. So that's what we want to work on again, just the timing and executing real game. So like once you get the first kill, this is fine. You just don't want to run out and get the, just get traded for no reason there. But this is fine. 30 seconds left. And can you see the domino effect it has now? Because now your teammates die and now they have control. So against a better team, they will get a lot of time here. Where if you got the kill and backed away, you would have got the rest of this time guaranteed, because they were 4v3. So just these small plays, because now you're leaving your teammates in a 2v2, they actually end up losing the gunfights. They get pinched and now you lost the hill. So when you're playing against diamonds and crimsons, if you make that same mistake, they will basically get more from their time. So you just got to be very careful with those small mistakes. Same thing here. I don't expect you to be able to run through middle for free. Now, this is a really, really important point. You could easily go through and not die here. But for me, I wouldn't take the risk, because somebody should be watching middle here. So we could easily play this and you stay alive. But I want to talk about the potential risks just for next time. So can you see why it's not the best play going through middle? It's because you're the red team right now. So you're spawning back here. Just like you were doing to them, the blue team now, if they were like, had better map awareness, they should be trapping you in. They should know you're spawning here and they should spawn trap you. So I'm expecting from the blue team is a setup like this. I'm expecting somebody maybe like there, maybe on the prone. So when you're going through like this, if you just die, all you're doing is delaying your push. Let's see if they end up holding it or what happens. You see you're running. You're kind of like, I don't expect you to win a gunfight here if they're watching you. If they were pre-aiming, exactly what happens, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I mean by when you have the map control, I don't mind you being aggressive. I think what you said earlier makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you just kind of run depending on the players you play against. But this is the problem right here. When they have map control, you don't want to be sprinting. Right now, there is no benefit to be having your gun up in this scenario. If we look where you actually are, you're in this middle of the map with your gun up. They could be any corner of the map here. And that's what happens. You get caught out, you end up dying. So now that they have middle, they're going to have all their attention on this side. And you're just going to lose the rest of the 20 seconds. So if we look at the scoreboard, you might be top fragging right now, but 2 mistakes you made has given them 60 seconds. And that's why sometimes a kill feed doesn't represent the whole game. You've definitely done some good things as well, but you can just see how sometimes it can also cost you. Same thing here. You're by yourself. Now, I want you to pause this right now. I want you to think about yourself. If you were on the other team right now and you were watching you would probably get this kill. Like, no matter who you play in this scenario, giving them the chance to kill you. Look how you're playing this. You're running. Now, right now, if somebody goes to this head glitch, they're going to kill you. You're by yourself middle map, and you're kind of just trying to play like an off angle, but it doesn't work like that because that's the most popular spot. You see these 2 deaths could have been avoided. I've done the same thing. Sometimes you get over aggressive, you kind of just push stuff, but those are the things we want to avoid. The more you can avoid that, the better you'll be, because you won a lot of gunfights. You just lost a lot of silly ones that you could have avoided. Now you spawn the other side, and look how close the game is now. Honestly, you were up by so much. I think you could have like really got away with this one. 2 go down. That's a great trade. That's a perfect pinch. 4 down. This is perfect. Exactly what we spoke about. 4 down. Let's see what you do here. So stun and nade, maybe a little bit too early. You just got the kills, but not terrible. Putting a trophy, just little things there, but this is okay. Let's see what happens. Right now on the minimap, what's kind of open right now, would you say? What do you think's open right now?
Those stairs and bridge side, right.
Yep, and also the far left.
Yeah.
So right now you have to remember that, okay? And it's all about timing thing. So this is where you have to judge your timing. So they're gonna spawn here. They could easily send one on the route. So again, I'm happy for you to watch middle, but after maybe what I would say 10 seconds, think about the pinch. Count the names, okay? Count the numbers and say, right, is somebody potentially pinching? Let's have a look and find out. That's what we got to work towards. You go through, there's 1 down. And right now, the right was open. A little bit unfortunate because your teammate had that, but it wasn't the end of the world. 20 seconds right now, I'm watching the left. But you go through middle, again, tunnel vision, okay? So I think you should have went to the left right here. Just small decisions. What do you think about that?
I completely agree.
Yeah? Because right now you're spawning here, okay? You're spawning right there. And if I'm the red team and it's P2, I'm probably pushing this way. So you should be like urgently expecting that. But what it looks like you're doing is you're trying to get into the action again through middle and your teammate's already there. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Like, it's not about playing with your team and stuff like that. It's just about looking at the minimap and picking up empty spaces. And you can still go for kills. But right now, this seems counterproductive for your team. You have 2 teammates on P1. Instead of picking up the empty lane, you've just joined them because that's where the action seems to be. Right? And this is again, like, now you're pushing through, you're messing spawns up, you're cutting the lanes, you're just jumping around for no reason. And I know your gun skill's a lot better than that, so this was a really like easy mistake to avoid. Yeah, bro?
But again, I completely agree. I was not watching, I'm like, it's P2. I could have flipped ones and completely messed over my team.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot easier. Like, it's very easy for me to say this because I'm pausing it. In the game, that's what makes you the better player though, right? Like, because your mechanics look really good. But to become like a Crimson player, it's to have that discipline and kind of instincts, right? As soon as you spawn up, okay, what is the best play for the team? Not for me, what is the best play for the team? Because right now, you making a decision from going left or going to middle is the difference between a diamond and a Crimson player. Because a diamond player might just run through middle, right? Because that's where the red dots are. A Crimson player might go to the left. And that's what we got to work through. But you understanding that is really good. Now it's about actually doing it in game, all right, bro? Let's keep going then. But I'm glad that you understand that. I'm glad you're seeing the kind of effect it's having as well. Because I think a lot of people look at the kills. It's not just about the kills. It's about, okay, what can I do on the map as well? So this is a really, really important situation to be in. First things first, I want to talk about the domino effect from earlier. You being in this situation is based on this play here, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're not having the left of the map open. The left is now open for them. So they're now pushing through. So this whole mix fest now is happening because the left is open. Now, as soon as you guys die, I want you to look at what happens here. So you have the good spawns. You're on the back foot. Now, one teammate dies. This is where you guys are getting pinched. There's no map control, and we need to see what we can work with here. So if we back away, we're on P2, okay? So you have one person kind of on the hill. You're going through around there. You have another person kind of that just died who might spawn there, and one kind of middle. We don't have a lot of map control, so they could easily pinch you here. Let's kind of play it out. That's 2 dead now. You go through. As soon as you see 2 die here, you need to make a decision. Do I value the hill? Do I value the time around? Do I value the kills or the map control? What do I want to value here? I personally think right now, you need to play for kills and just get some map control. Because you've got a pretty good lead here, but it's not like the game's on the line. It's not like it's 240 to 240, right? I'm okay for you to play for map control here. You're going through, you get 1. You need to back away here. Back away instantly. You know they're going to spawn on your left here. So be very careful. So you're going towards the hill. Again, I think you're going to get pinched here. And I think right now, you're standing in a really bad spot. I hate the spot you're standing because you get this kill, right? Your teammates are spawning out. So your teammates are now spawning there. Okay? You've lost a spawn. So now every kill you get, they're going to spawn behind you. So you being the last player here, right? You see that? But again, in the game, that's what's hard. Because you spawned here, you're probably thinking, oh, we've got the spawns. But right now, you get the kill, look where your teammate spawns. He spawns out. So instantly, literally within milliseconds right now, you need to back away and play your life. So I thought you were making a good play here. And this is why I don't like this play. Because you were the last person standing. And look what you're literally standing in the most obvious spot to die in. Like you're standing right there. Every single angle could see you right here. Okay. So just being a little bit cautious right there, like going back a bit, playing for a life, just being a little bit cautious there because your teammates are pinching. What you don't want to do is you don't want to have the attention on your teammates. You're trying to distract them. You're trying to distract the opponents. You go through and again, you're too focused on the hill. Does that make sense though?
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, anything I've complained about, it's nothing to do with gun skill, like you've seen. Like, it's all down to just decision making. Gun skill's been absolutely fine. You haven't lost any crazy gunfights. It's all been decision making.
Yeah.
Cruise missile again. We got to be a bit careful. Why? Because your teammates weren't in a position right there.
Yeah.
I mean, the execution wasn't perfect either. But right now, look, think about what's happening. You have two teammates on the hill. One just died, and now you pull out the cruise. But now it's 1v2 on the cruise, right? So it's just kind of like a pointless one. Your teammate ends up dying as well, because by the time you use it, you have to wait 10 seconds. So now not only have you used a cruise, no map control. You go forward, 25 seconds. I don't mind this again. Let's see what you can do different here. Same thing. Exactly the same thing as last time. Right now, you're making a good play. All you need to do is go forward. Go forward and watch middle here. Okay?
Yeah.
But you back off slightly. You back off. And now you're watching the right, and now middle's empty.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
I completely agree. Yep.
Yeah. But again, it's not a bad play. But can you see how you're comfortable with this? Because you made the exact same play the last rotation. So this is your comfortable spot, right? I'm gonna watch the right. Now pay attention to the minimap for me. We have one teammate. Exactly, bro. So you have one teammate standing right there. So right now, what benefit is there from you standing here? Realistically, there is none. Right? You're watching not really anything. You're going to be reacting. I would rather you be sitting here because that way you have the whole of the middle map and you have the whole of the left. So it's just small decisions based on what? Again, your teammates. There's what, like right now you should be really now you're analyzing the scoreboard. You're studying the KD of everyone. Like you should be on the hill right now. It's such a close game. Again, same thing. Look what you're doing. You're playing too compact. Can this work? Yes. But you're giving them a chance. You're giving them more of a chance to break the hill. Same thing, you're watching the right. What happens now? Really interesting. Your teammate spawns out. Why? Because they're just getting so much map control. You guys are kind of tucked in the hill. They're just flanking. Like, they probably didn't go here. They probably flanked you. And they're just getting complete map control. So I really think that this certain decision-making is the thing we need to work on the most. Kind of that map control and cutting lanes. To be honest with you, your mechanics are really good. That I think this should be an easy change for you to make. Was that you saying lagging?
Yeah.
I like that. So you're bullshitting yourself. That's really good to see. Yeah? Because again, right there, like there was no lag. You were just like, fuck this game. There was a little bit, to be fair to you. There was a little bit. But I don't think that was the main problem, though. Yeah, I mean, that, okay. You know, I forgive you. Yeah, no, but you just, you like that little kid there that said, fucking lagging, man. Like, but to be fair, you were a little bit laggy, so I'll give it to you. But okay, now you're lagging a bit more, so it's warranted right there. But I mean, same thing though, same concept. It's funny hearing your rage in the after effect, but yeah.
I didn't even know my mic. It's because I usually have everything on my PC and then I play on my console, so I was connected to my controller and I was like, wait, I can hear myself.
Nah, so good. But even right now, can you see how they got you middle map? Like, this is what you should be doing. Like, look, because you're running, right? Because you're running to get them, so you need to be doing more stuff like this.
Yep.
Another one.
Yep.
Good play. I mean, again, not a problem. This is fine. What do you think's going on here? I mean, this is fine. This is fine. This is not a bad play. Same thing. One thing I want to see more is just the trophy system usage.
Yeah. I threw mine. Yeah, I did.
Because now you go for the other side. Again, same thing. This isn't really an issue. You're just trying to break the hill. Like, if we look at the score, though, like, I think the majority of the kind of the time you've given them. It's just really, really like easy mistakes that you guys could have avoided. Even right here, with 20 seconds left, your teammates get 3 down. Like, there's no need to pinch them here. You should start setting up for the new hill. Like, realistically, right now, you know that they're spawning around here, right?
Yeah.
And you're standing over there, and you're just going to catch a bad timing. That's all that's going to happen right now. You're literally just going to catch a bad timing. So right now, I would rather you kind of back off and play around there and catch them trying to rotate. Because if you look here, all you're going to do is catch somebody that's coming through one of the doors. You look at this, like, if he come through that door, he's going to kill you. If he comes through the right like he did, he's going to kill you. This is nothing to do with gun skill. It's just about giving yourself the highest chance to win it. Yeah, because I think you're blaming lag again. I know, but I want you to. It's just funny hearing that. You're like, you could literally not even see him. You're like, fucking lagging, man. And now look where you spawn. But look at the difference. Like, if you were standing there, you have got them in a trap. But instead, what happens? You're standing there. So this is another thing that you're not realizing. When you look at the KD, you're not looking at the map control. So it's not like about how many kills, it's about what useless kills, what useful kills. Same thing here. You have 3 people watching over the same angle, okay? By the way, just on a side note, this player did exactly what you did earlier. Right? And look how easy it is to defend against. Now, just imagine if he stood in that door and he killed Swamp and then he ran away. You would have stood here tweaking.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, and that's there, yeah, exactly, because you wouldn't know when he's going to push again. So just on a side note, because you did this exact same thing, if you're this player coming out that door, get the first kill, back away, let them tweak. It's funny because that's exactly what you did, but now they get the kill and you're able to break the hill. So the exact mistake he made, you basically punished him for. You're going through. I don't mind this play from you. Small detail, because I know your mechanics are pretty clean. You know he's here. We've got to try avoiding this sprinting. We're doing a lot of sprinting in these close range. Very small point, but just be a bit cautious there. I think you know that as well. I think it was just one of those impatient decisions, but you're spawning at the back again. And every time you make these small mistakes, you're just spawning further and further away, okay? So you just got to clean up the gameplay a little bit, just slightly. 30 seconds left. And honestly, I think you guys should have won this, man. The game should be over by now. The game should honestly be over. A lot of small mistakes. And same thing, you go to the new hill, you're by yourself here. Your teammates aren't with you. You want to be trying to get some map control here. I don't mind your equipment. I know you nailed it yourself, but I don't mind what you were trying to do there. Go through the left here. I don't mind this. Again, you're sneaking behind them. This is fine. I like this play from you. This is a really good play.
Just can't kill anybody, bro.
We're going to try not losing full. But in those scenarios, honestly, if you lose a gunfight there, it's not the end of the world because you're making the right play. The execution will come with practice as long as you're making the right play. And losing, that's a rough one. Because I know you look at the score and you're probably thinking, okay, fuck Midnight, the guy can't shoot, right? But I'm looking at it and saying, what could have Shrew done better? Could you have won that game? Probably. And to be honest, you would have actually done better than the Diamond. So I think you played that really well. Just got to clean it up slightly, okay? What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah, because I think you played that well, man. Honestly, I was actually happy with that performance. What were you gonna say?
I feel like it's mostly just I'm probably just revolving just around kills. I need to like help my team more and look at the map. Look at the map for sure.
I think it's not even just kills though, because you could get kills by helping your team, but just making it easier for yourself. I feel like you were just it wasn't about kills. I think you were trying to run to the action. Well, like you wanted the kills now instead of setting up and waiting for 10 seconds. You know what I mean? There were certain times where if you set up for 5 seconds, you probably could have got a 3-piece and stuff like that. But I'm going to end it there. YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed that breakdown. That was a really, really good coaching session. Strew, man, it was really good working with you. Thank you so much. Chat, show him some love, man. Really, really, just show him some love, man, because without him paying for these services, without him trying to get coaching, we wouldn't be able to have this content for everyone as well. So really appreciate him. It was great to work with you, Shrew. Chat, show him some love, and I'll catch you guys for another video later on today. Peace.